What's going on, man? We back with another video that wasn't planned. I was watching the homie Corral, Mr. ILBTA speak on, speak on the failure of this promotion. You know, I spoke on it a few times. The Facts King spoke on it. A lot of people have been speaking on it. And like I said, this has been one of the worst promoted fights. And if you didn't know, Main Events promoted the first fight, which wasn't great. They were the lead promoter. Rock Nation is the lead promoter for this fight. And definitely showing why the fuck they don't need to be in boxing. You know, showing another reason why I blame Andre Ward for this whole lack of promotion. You know, it's not just, not showing up to the face-off and dipping off and running from, adversity with Kovalev or schism. You know, the little friction they do have. Instead of meeting them face-on, he said he wants to let his hands do the talking, Saturday night. That's cool. That's cool and all. But at the end of the day, this ain't no fucking free fight. This ain't it ain't on PBC. That's a free fight. It ain't on it's on HBO. Even if it was on HBO, after dark or whatever, they're still paying. It's a paid subscription. You have to market this is on HBO. People, are cognitive of the first fight. Some people are. It was a good fight and they didn't build off of it. They didn't market and build off of it. That just shows you the lack of experience of being a boxing promoter. Roy Jones went through that. And the little documentary I was watching a few years ago, Bob Arum said that's the job of a promoter to build other fighters up, even though if they're not qualified to, really beat the A-side fighter, but building them up and manipulating the public to believe that this guy has a chance and building it up to be a super fight, and that's the job of the promoter. And, Rock Nation ain't got that. Neither does Main Events. Both of these motherfuckers is third tier, fourth, fifth tier promotional companies. Both of them are wannabes. And blame Andre Ward, he got out of a bad business deal with Goosen. Joe Goosen, I think that's it, or his brother. I'm sorry, Goosen. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. He did die. And that's how he got out the deal. His family bought him out and all that. And then he runs over to fucking Rock Nation, okay? A startup company with no boxing background, okay? And goes over there. Fights on BET. They want to force him to fight Golovkin, but Golovkin don't want to fight. So then they build him up and make him move up to fight Sergey Kovalev, and then, then they cry and say they're too big to move back down to 68 or whatever it was. But they were saying how they pushed him to jump up to 175 pounds. And they did put money behind her before that with the Chad Dawson fight, made Chad Dawson come down to 7 pounds and all that other shit. He's just make bad business decisions, you know what I mean? And on top of that, his fucking personality is bland, vanilla, basic. Nobody gives a fuck about a family man with nothing going on. We don't care. You cooking in the kitchen with your family. Nobody wants to see that on 24/7. We don't care about you hitting with the pat. You don't punch. You can't punch. So you ain't selling that way. You ain't an exciting fighter. You hold and grab, which I have no issue with. But it's nothing exciting about seeing Andre Ward fight. And Kovalev, I'm not putting the blame on Kovalev. He barely speaks fucking English. He did his part, even going to extreme racist shit. He done his part. His hands do the talking because he gets knockouts. He's not going to be a big seller over here off the rip with his personality because he's from Europe. It's a whole different world. But Andre Ward, he want to just be all studious and be and hustle and Cosby hustleable like butcher that name. He'll be a hustleable. And, nobody want to see that boring ass shit, man. He the reason this shit is failing. He picked Rock Nation. He picked the fucking startup again. Somebody that don't have no pool in the sport. And now you got to deal with the consequences of making a low payout. No back end money. This fight is going to take a loss. And word on the street is this fight ain't even sold out in the arena. It hasn't even sold out all the tickets yet. And I'm not talking about resale tickets. I mean real regular hard tickets. Because this boring ass motherfucker, dog. He's just so boring, dog. No, he ran off from the face-off, which is this is probably one of the biggest face-offs since Vladimir Klitschko and David Haye and Triple G and Chavez Jr. Canelo and Chavez Jr. was good as well. But you like, oh no, I just I meet him in the ring. Like that's just bitch shit, dog. You got a media obligation to push this fight, which can put extra money in your pocket on the back end with pay-per-view shares, buys. But you sitting here just giving exclusive interviews to Fight Hype and being boring and telling you how you want to carry your career. But you know what, dog? If you get smashed on Saturday night or if you win, just leave the sport, man, because you ain't helping the sport. You hurting it because you don't know how to promote.